Hey, what's up guys, Benny and Bex here, and welcome back to Xbox On, and another super exciting Xbox Game Pass update. This is our second batch of games to arrive this month, not counting a few that have arrived in the time between, which we'll get onto later. But that's not even the most exciting thing. For the first time, we're talking about Game Pass editions that are coming not just to console, not just to PC, but thanks to Xbox Cloud Gaming, to Android as well. But let's get stuck into the games themselves, starting with a pair of Bungie bangers, both dropping on the same day.
We've known Destiny 2 was on its way to Xbox Game Pass for a little while now, and it's about to arrive in all its galaxy-hopping, alien-shooting, massively multiplayer glory. The base game is free to play these days, but as of the 22nd, that's this coming Tuesday, an Xbox Game Pass subscription will get you access to the latest expansions too. There's Forsaken, with a ton of new exotic weapons and gear, unforgettable story quests, and 2 raids for the most dedicated players. And then there's Shadowkeep, which not only promises the moon, but delivers it, as a place you can go and get your loot and shoot on in low gravity. And then when Beyond Light, the next expansion, arrives this November, you'll be able to play that on Game Pass too, right from day one. You can play it on console, obviously, but Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members can also jump across to mobile whenever they like, with their save, character, and progress all completely intact. And as of next year, it's coming to the PC library as well, so you'll be able to make a date with Destiny whenever and wherever you fancy.
Meanwhile, dropping into the PC library, and dropping really is the word here, we've got Halo 3 ODST joining the increasingly enormous Master Chief Collection. This is a Halo game unlike any other. If you're a fan of naughty sci-fi TV, there's an extra reason to check out ODST. The campaign reunites 3 of the Firefly crew, with the voice talents of Nathan Fillion, Alan Tudyk, and Adam Baldwin, alongside Battlestar Galactica's Tricia Helfer. If you had to pick a squad of humans to be facing an alien invasion alongside, you could do a lot worse. And this isn't just good news for PC gamers, or even Android ones, again thanks to Xbox Cloud Gaming. Because today, ODST's Firefight mode is joining the Master Chief Collection for the first time on both console and PC. This is a PvE horde mode where your team of 4 try to fight off as many waves of Covenant as you can manage, and then try all over again. Such fond memories.
Okay, now it's time to look a little further, with a couple of games that are joining the library later in the same week, but ironically will also be jumping backwards in time, from the sci-fi future to the fantastical past, with Warhammer Vermintide 2. This game takes you to the iconic setting of the old world, which is currently suffering from a serious rat problem. In this cooperative first-person brawler, you and your friends are basically playing the role of pest control. Except, you know, the rats are massive and wear armor, and some of them can do magic. Luckily, you're not just 2 blokes in a van. Everyone plays as their own upgradable character, in 5 unique flavors. So Charleyy, the Wood Elf Archer, plays totally different to the human wizard who specializes in pyromancy, i.e. setting rats on fire, who plays totally different to the pistol-toting witch hunter, Victor Saltspire. Oh man, you gotta love those Warhammer names. And speaking of great names, a personal favourite is Bardin Gorikson, the dwarf berserker. He's all about getting up close and personal with his axes. But what makes him even more unique is his height. Playing as Bardin, this doesn't just mean your viewpoint is lower than your teammates, but it will let them use this angry little man as a kind of portable cover. Oh, and it'll let you hide in fields of wheat and stage an ambush. Take that, rats.
Okay, onto some rather more appealing and friendly animals next, with the millennial mammals of Night in the Woods. The only rodents you'll be meeting in this one wear hoodies and love chatting about horror movies. This is one of the most beloved indie games of recent years, where you play as college dropout and cat Mae Borowski. As she returns to her hometown of Possum Spring, you spend the game exploring the town with new things to see and characters to meet on different days, and plenty of stuff to do, from playing in a band to stargazing, and even playing Ancient Doom Spire Demon Tower, which I'm pretty sure is a level in Vermintide, but is also a dungeon crawling game within a game that you can check out. But really, this is a game that's all about the characters. May wants to reconnect with her old school friends, who, yes, are foxes and crocodiles, but, well, have you ever heard the phrase, "you can't go home again"? Things have changed. Those friends have grown up, and it might be time for some tough conversations. They might be cartoon animals, but they're some of the deepest, best written, and above all, most human characters you'll encounter in any game out there.
So those are the games coming to Game Pass in the next week. But new titles are always joining the library. So thick and fast we can't always keep up. So let's quickly run through a few titles that have come to Game Pass since our last video. Starting with A Company of Heroes 2, the Second World War set strategy game, with all its expansions included. That means you've got 2 single-player campaigns to choose from, taking you from the Eastern Front to the fields of Ardennes in Belgium, plus 5 armies to lead in multiplayer battles and even co-op missions where you can fight side by side with a fellow general.
Our next game is making a triumphant return to Xbox Game Pass. Black Desert is a Korean fantasy MMO that left the library back in May, but now it's back from its time in, well, the desert presumably. Anyway, this is a huge RPG that's getting bigger all the time. Updates might bring new playable characters, new powers for existing ones, new bosses to face off against, or limited time events, like its recent crossover with Netflix series Cursed, featuring a quest from the show's heroine, Nimue, which pitted you against the villainous Red Paladins. That event is now over, sadly, but it's worth mentioning because we're closing out this video with a Netflix double whammy.
First up, the game of the show that basically defines Netflix, Stranger Things. Make sure you've watched season 3 before playing this because it follows the events of the series, while adding extra quests and moments to the story. There are 12 characters you can play as, from Hopper to 11, and 2-player co-op, so you can recreate that experience of sitting down on the sofa and popping Stranger Things on. And as you'd expect from anything in this franchise, the game delivers a big old dose of nostalgia, mixing retro arcade graphics with some thoroughly modern gameplay.
Next up in our Netflix queue is The Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance Tactics, adapting the classic film and recent TV series into a game that's all about tactical battles, which might not be exactly what you'd expect, given the original is twisted fairy tale starring a load of Muppets, but somehow it works. It's your mission to lead the Gelfling resistance, taking on the nefarious Skeksis in turn-based battles and hopefully restore light to the world of Thra. Now, who's the Muppet?
Of course, with all these new games coming to the library, others have to step aside to make space for them. So here's a quick guide to the titles leaving Xbox Game Pass at the end of the month. Leaving the console and PC libraries are squished down strategy game Bad North, Colin McRae's successor Dirt Rally 2.0, and Arcane's fantasy assassin masterpiece Dishonored 2. And on console, it's time to wave goodbye to Panzer Dragoon Orta, Westerado Double Barreled, and Yooka-Laylee. These are all leaving on the 30th of September, which means you've just got over a week to finish them, or even try them for the first time. Just remember that until they leave, you can use your Game Pass membership discount to save up to 20% and buy these games to keep for good.
That's it for this Xbox Game Pass update. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to let us know down in the comments which game takes your fancy. Before you leave, smash the like button, hit subscribe, and why not check out some of these awesome videos, and we'll see you there. Bye!